Hello and welcome to Education 203, Theories and Principles of Learning and Teaching. I'm your instructor, Lori Benoit, and I am so passionate about this course. The course marries the concepts of the learning theories, so the ways that learners develop and the way that they develop their learning, their patterns of learning, with creating a positive classroom culture. Dr. Williams and I designed this course a couple years ago to align with the educators' rising micro credentials, and I'll talk to you about those a little bit more as we progress through the course. But the course is set up to help you be successful in those micro credentials as well as earn college credit. So notice we're going to just go over this first part right here for this video. Your syllabus is right here: course calendar, office hours, field experience files, discussion board, rubric, a little bit about me, and then those COVID protocols for self-reporting and makeup work. So let's go ahead and pull up the syllabus very quickly. I'm going to jump through some of the main parts of the syllabus that you need to be aware of, but of course you're responsible for reading the entire thing. Please let me know if you have any questions regarding the syllabus. This is my preferred method of communication. Email is the very best way to reach me. Monday through Thursday, I'm going to respond to you in a timely fashion, sometimes right away. Friday through Sunday, I may not respond quite as quickly. So you want to keep that in mind as you work through the courses and you plan to meet due dates. We do not have an actual building anymore. Thank you very much, Hurricanes Laura and Delta. However, we are set up in the Burton Business Center, and there is a conference room there that if you need anything from the Burton College of Education, you can go there to access resources or ask specific questions. This is our phone number. However, that should be used as a last resort if you have a specific question for me. The best way to reach me is email. Here are my office hours. And notice I have a specified time, 9 to 10 on Mondays, just for you. But of course, any of these office hours will work for you. Please email me in advance to set up an appointment to virtually meet so that we can discuss anything that you need to talk about in the class or if you need extra help. Usually I can answer your questions via email very quickly. So if you can succinctly tell me what your question is in the email, I typically can respond to you that way. But if you feel like you need some face-to-face time, Zoom is our way that we're going to be meeting. And just email me to set up an appointment in advance. The course is actually very interesting. I love it, and I think it's very important. I've been teaching for right at 20 years, and I cannot tell you how critical it is that you understand your learners and you create an environment and an atmosphere where they can flourish and grow. So creating a positive classroom culture is critical to effective teaching. The course is 100% online. While you do not have an official attendancy check-in because this is an asynchronous course, so we're not going to be checking in and meeting on Zoom. Everything is provided synchronously for you on the modules. I am able to look at the activity logs to see if you're regularly logging into Moodle, if you are meeting deadlines in a timely fashion. Those things are all very, very important for your success in an online course. There is no textbook. Everything is provided for you via Moodle, and your main assessment is actually going to be you have a midterm and a final, which are worth the same weight, but the only one that you're responsible for putting in via is the midterm, and we'll talk about that when it gets a little bit closer. We also will be covering a DEI activity, reasonable accommodations, which is very important for your diverse learners who perhaps have some sort of exceptionalities in which they need the universal design for learning in order to physically access the space. So you want to think of some of your students who may have particular physical challenges. that would prevent them from learning. And that, of course, is part of creating a positive classroom culture. We will talk about field experiences in more depth in Module 3. So this is presented here just to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. Because of COVID, you will not be in schools this semester. All of those 10 observation hours will be conducted using videos. And I've actually listed the videos that we're going to be using here. Dr. Williams and I have pulled videos that match the content of the modules, and you will be getting your 10 hours through a self-selection process of these videos. And of course, these are embedded on Moodle within each module. This is a review of the learning outcomes that you're expected to demonstrate at the end of the course, and some of the main ways that you will be assessed. These are the standards, the in-task standards, as well as the high leverage practices that will be addressed. And we also are covering some key Louisiana teacher preparation competencies. These are the ways that you're going to be evaluated throughout the course. So we actually have a variety of Moodle tasks, including a couple of Flipgrids, some discussion forums, of course, your scripted observation notes, which we'll talk about in Module 3, the midterm, several writing pieces, the perspective essay, the reflective essay. These are shorter writing pieces in which you apply your learning. And these are all building to a final portfolio. So each one of these short essays is going to be used as part of your portfolio. And of course, you've got your field experience requirements. This is the way you'll be graded. Remember that you are on a 7-point scale, so you want to keep that in mind. And the late policy is also a 5-point deduction per day. So keep that in mind as you plan. These are some of the specific policies and requirements for the course. You must have dependable, reliable, available technology. It is a 100% online course, so you must provide your own technology. Fortunately, you have quite a few places around campus that provide you free Wi-Fi as well as computer access. So you've got a couple of computer labs and of course the library that help you out with those technology needs. You need to be able to access Moodle. Your device needs to have a camera and a microphone, because some things you're going to have to upload some videos. You have to be a good governor of your time. You have to be able to self-regulate and motivate yourself. So use your time wisely, regularly check in, and pace your week so that you can meet those deadlines and process the information. Absences. So if a need arises where we've got an attendance issue, we will need to check into that. And I'm going to talk about COVID in just a moment. It is your responsibility to turn your assignments in on time. This talks a little bit about everything must be typed. And if you look at number 8, it tells you the way things need to be typed, the font, the format. And of course, all of this is aligned with APA format and MLA format. So it's important for you to use the correct format. Proofread carefully. And of course, number 9, do not plagiarize. I've also put the university policies here for you regarding academic honesty, the participation policy, the acceptable use for technology. Since this is an online course, it's very important for you to responsibly use technology. Please follow this link if you'd like to find out a bit more about that. I am going to go over COVID-19 a little bit more. I want you to know that it's not meant, yes, it is. Here it is. Here's our free counseling service with the link. So at any time, if you feel like you need to talk with someone, please don't hesitate to schedule an appointment with our counseling services. They are excellent. Here are references that are used throughout the course. You will notice that it's the reason we don't have a textbook is because we use multiple sources to provide you with quality, relevant, and up-to-date source material. Here's our calendar, and it is also offered just as like a two-sheet calendar at a glance on the main Moodle page. Notice that it walks you through what we're doing every single week, what's due, um, and before you know it, it's over. So let's make sure we jump in right from the beginning. Um, and take care of business. Rubrics for all the assignments, of course, are available on Moodle. So I'm going to go back to that main Moodle page. Notice that here's the course calendar, so like a quick calendar at a glance. My office hours are also here, quick at a glance in case you need to see those. Of course, they're offered on the syllabus. When it's time in Module 3, we're going to go over these field experience files. That's not necessary right now. I want you to just focus on modules 1 and if possible, maybe get ahead for module 2, but give yourself some adjustment time this first week to get calibrated with all your courses. This is our discussion board rubric. Again, a little bit about me and then COVID protocols. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up this COVID protocol so that you can see what's here. If you do test positive for COVID or if you are exposed for COVID, the instructions for what you're supposed to do are right here and how your university professors are supposed to make accommodations for you. And that policy is right here. This is also a hot link to a self-reporting form for McNeese. And they're asking that if you are positive to please self-report. And it's simply a way that we're all going to try to keep one another safe and healthy as we progress through this semester. If you scroll down a little bit more, you can see I have not made all of the modules available yet. I'm just letting us get calibrated this first week. I typically release a new module on Wednesdays. So for those of you who like to work ahead, I typically release those on Wednesdays. Module 1, you would just click on it, and if any of the links aren't working or if there is something that is perhaps not working for you or you need a little bit more understanding, don't hesitate to reach out via email and let me know. So the modules are set up so that you can begin with those important objectives, things that we need to cover in the module. It typically is going to break down some of your essential learning, and then we're going to dive into some of the content. You're going to notice that Dr. Williams does some of the lectures and I do some of the lectures. So we both put the lectures together for this course. Again, I hope you enjoy the course. Reach out if you need any help with anything. And typically what you're going to get here is the discussion board and any other tasks that are needed. Those are going to be under assessments. So I hope you have a great time. I hope you enjoy learning about learners, how they learn, and how important it is for us to establish the critical components of classroom culture to develop a safe and a rich environment for our learners to take risks, to learn about themselves and their world, and to critically think. So have a great semester. Again, reach out via email if you need any help. And I'll look forward to learning with you guys.